Hello guys, Gene and Trey finally got out to the range. I say finally, we just done the tabletop on this thing yesterday, so we were fortunate to be able to come out to the range today, shoot this Masada from IWI, the Slim. Like I said in the tabletop, already feels amazing in the hand compared to the earlier full-size version. We did put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds down range, so technically you don't get to see the first shot, but hey, pretty dang close, right? Just had to get the optic on. I did mention in the tabletop that with the old sight setup that I didn't like it because we had to be at 25 yards or else I was shooting low. I don't know if they changed it. I know the sights look different. For sure, they look way different on this one versus the older one. But I'm gonna take 1 or 2 shots here, just with the sights, without the optic, and see if that's the case. You know, for you guys that maybe want to not put an optic and just use the sights. So I'm just gonna look at the sights here. Try not to pay no attention to the optic. Yeah, see, we're at about 15 yards, 16, maybe 14, depending on where we're standing right here. And if I would have took that shot with the old Masada, it would have been, probably wouldn't even have hit the target. It probably would have been under it. And that was almost dead center. So I'd say you'd probably be good with just the sights on this if you chose not to use the optic. But for the sake of fun here, I'm gonna use the optic because it's just more fun, you know?
That's right.
Tell you what.
What's the capacity on that old girl?
13.
Heck yeah.
The trigger is good, like I said in the tabletop. But on a lot of triggers, I don't know, I'll let Trey, when he shoots it, I'll let him give his opinion. But on a lot of triggers, you expect a certain amount of over travel. But remember when I told you when it breaks, it stops. It's almost like it breaks the moment it stops. And because you're used to shooting so many other pistols where you'll have just a slight bit of take up after it breaks, and then you go for your reset, and you don't have that on this one, it took me a little bit of getting used to. It was a little weird. It's a little foreign to me, if you will. So being out at the range shooting it, I don't know. I guess we're going to have to put quite a few more rounds down range. Of course, we put the 5 through there. We just put 14 more, so that's 19 rounds. So we put 19 rounds through it. We haven't cleaned it or anything like that. It performed great. Recoil is great. Manages that very well. Absolutely does feel great in the hand. But for me, the jury's still a little bit out on the trigger. The trigger's good. It's foreign to me. I don't know. I just have to. Maybe I'm being silly. I'll have to let Trey tell me what he thinks. Man, anyway, let's get loaded up and let Trey shoot.
So we got loaded up. We got 2 more mags to put through this IWI. Little backstory on this Masada 9S. We went to this thing called The Gathering where we got to shoot a bunch of cool guns, really cool people there, great companies. Gene got behind the wheel of this old girl and shot really well with it, okay? The guy was impressed. He liked the way that he was shooting with it. And Gene just had to go pick him one up. But when I was feeling this gun in my hand, I don't know, it's very seldom that guns kind of, it's not that they leave me speechless because I'm in awe, but maybe speechless in the way that like I'm excited about it. I like the way that this thing feels in my hand. It's a subcompact, the 9S meaning subcompact, and it's very simple. There's not a lot going on with it.
I'm gonna be honest.
If I'm being honest, look,
Did you
here's
just
the
say
thing.
that the S stood for subcompact?
I did.
It stands for slim. I mean, you know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Here's the thing, okay?
Hey, listen, it's got a double meaning. Double meaning.
Before I started the video, I was like, Gene, is this micro compact, compact, subcompact? What kind of compact is this?
But you edited the tabletop. I'm just saying.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
It's in the process. I will know more about this gun.
Well, that's my fault then. That's my bad.
Listen,
That's my bad. Go
we're
ahead,
out
shoot.
here to shoot the gun, to see how it performs, and that's what I'm about to do.
IWI Masada
Subcompact.
Slim.
I need to shoot another mag to know how I really feel about it.
That's just an excuse to shoot.
It is. That's my story, and I'm sticking
You gonna throw
to
me
it.
that other one?
You ready? Behind the back?
You gonna do a hook shot? Oh,
Like that?
I thought you was a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that thing.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's like the scoring leader or something.
No, he does the hook shot.
Well, he was.
He was, yeah, he was.
Rip. To his record, he's still alive. I'll be honest with you guys, I could not have done the back and forth without this optic. I don't think. Maybe I could have. First thoughts and impressions about this gun. I love the way that it feels in my hand. It's not an extravagant type grip like maybe the Stoker would have been, like maybe some of those others would have been. He needs the mag.
It's in the gun.
What'd I do with it? What an idiot.
He's off his game today.
I don't know what it is about this gun. It's just like it's so precise. Everything about it is just very clean looking. It's a very. If I had to pick a gun that was the most uniform gun as far as which gun looks the best overall, as far as the contours, the lines matching up. I mean, these front slide serrations literally expand into the lower grip module of this pistol, making it symmetrical. The magazine release, a lot of times when you get like Glocks or daggers or even Canics for that matter, sometimes they move around a lot. They're very flimsy in the hole that's cut out for them. That's not the case with this one. It's very uniform. It's like everything was milled to perfection. When it comes to the grip as well, I mean, it's like everything is in its place. It's a disorganized type stippling, meaning that it's like everywhere. Like there's a random pattern that was generated to make it, if that makes any sense. But it's also very aesthetically pleasing. It looks organized, symmetrical. The lines that are cut within the grip are just overall, in my opinion, very appeasing to the eye. Incoming spray paint can.
Put down the 9.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Put down. Whoa, Jamal. The trigger. You mentioned the trigger. I'll talk about it a little bit. It is different in the initial pull, I think, but that reset is very noticeable. It's found very easily. At first it wasn't because I was letting too much out, but then once I started finding that trigger,
It's short. The reset is short.
it's very, I mean,
It ain't Canic short, but it's short.
it's there. It's very much so there. I really like that trigger. It's not a bad trigger. I really like this.
I tell you what it feels like to me. It feels like, and I hate to say this because you guys know if you've watched the channel any length of time that I'm not a huge SIG fan.
Oh, goodness.
But you know how a SIG trigger, it feels much the same way as the 365 or so forth when it just stops. You know, it breaks and it just stops. It feels much that same way. However, the reset on this is way more pronounced.
I agree.
Way more tactile. You can feel it. Maybe not so much audible, but The SIG has not got an audible reset either, not a great. I mean, it's there.
I think it's better than the SIG, if I'm being
Oh,
honest with
absolutely.
you.
Yeah, my opinion is that the trigger is better.
Which is not that difficult to do.
And I was worried, I said in the tabletop, I was worried whether or not I was going to hit this slide stop because, or slide lock, whatever you guys call it, because of how tactile standing off the frame it was. I have not done that. Trey hasn't done, which he's a lefty, so he probably wouldn't. But I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to do one slow down because I want to make sure that my optic's on first off, and secondly, I want to be sure that I'm giving it a fair accuracy opinion, if you will. I'm gonna do the first magazine with the optic, and then the second magazine with turn the optic off and do just with the sights, and so we can kind of tell you what to expect from both, I suppose. Well, it's probably me slightly pulling it to the left. You want to show them the target.
Good grouping, though.
But the grouping is absolutely phenomenal. Like, that's intense. But again, that was with the optic. And it is slightly left of where I was aiming. But I don't think it's the optic. I think it's me. So now I'm going to turn this thing off here.
I really like that Hollison optic. It stays on. Just really great experience with it so far.
What I do with the other mag, okay. So now I'm just going to use just the standard sights, but try to shoot a little high right on that target, so we could be fair because they saw the other one. Just using the sight. What, there ain't a whole lot of guns you shoot that you say you almost shot as good with just the standard iron as you did with the optic, but
That's pretty good.
I really like this pistol.
Very easy to carry, I feel like. It's not that large.
I had the Jericho, that, what was that? The 941, I believe it was. The Jericho. I got rid of it because it was just a little too bulky. And honestly, I got rid of the Masada for much the same reason, because it was a little bit too big for me to carry. But at the same time, with those 25mm sights on there, me not being able to find any sights, it just wasn't fun to shoot at the range, because at that time we didn't have a range outside where we could go and get 25 yards back and shoot a gun. And knowing that in a self-defense situation, I'm probably not going to need it that far away. So it just aggravated me a little bit. But as far as the gun itself, I liked it a lot. Now, this one has a way better trigger on it than that one did. So you are going to like this trigger. Now that I have gotten, like Trey said, now that I have found the reset, the break is predictable, it's really starting to be a lot of fun. So, you got me another mag?
I do. You want it?
Gonna do a mag drop?
See, my mag toss is phenomenal.
Look.
That was on you.
Look, dude.
Did a round come out of that?
No, it's good. Listen, I said mag drop, so I dropped.
My man threw it at my feet.
I did not.
Oh, nice toe.
Always whining about something. So, anyway, guys, I know that we're not very theatrical. We're not zooming in on the gun from different angles, getting all of this stuff. We're just real world, trying our best to give you what you would find or run into, or you yourself would do at the range, just this right here. But we try our best. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow us over on what is it, Rumble?
Rumble.
Kind of over on Rumble now, so jump over there and check us out on Rumble. I'm gonna shoot this with the optic one more time, slowly, and then I'll run them out with a, what do you call it?
What?
A mag drop?
Mag drop, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
It's a tactical term.
I don't know if that's right or not.
We're blue collar guys.
That's what we're gonna do. Man, that is nasty, nasty.
That's good shooting.
That's good shooting, Tech.
That's nice.